Yeah, this is Brennan Moriarty to the U.S. Congress and the United Nations, etc. I think there's basically John Lennon, as well as George Harrison, Princess Diana, an endless list, Teddy Roosevelt, okay, being nominated, etc. This all is related to me and my family, okay, and I am very, very nervous about talking about this. At this point, I usually either hear very loud noises or I feel a lot of pain creeping in, and it's the same as the environment burning. Okay, so it started back in April 2016, the first time there was a conspiracy online that I thought was perfectly normal behavior. Says along the highways, traffic information, AM radio, and it went from there from April 1st, and not too long after that, there were radical disasters happening. And this is going back to at least John Lennon, really to Teddy Roosevelt, okay? And everything that happened during then, very productive technology, the Wright brothers, Henry Ford. Okay, I want support. I want to sign the non-disclosure. I want the F with politics, okay? That is not what America is about, okay? I despise America. America despises me. We're polar opposites. I'm intelligent. They're in the Stone Age. I'm from somewhere else. And whenever I'm in hell, the whole world goes to hell, okay? I want you guys to help me. I want you guys to authorize my allies in big technology, not the nominal ones, but the actual ones, okay? To qualify them to come and help me, to rescue me immediately, because the world is in danger, okay? The disasters happen. All those disasters happen because of me, everything in the world, okay? Please come and rescue me, please, okay? I'm over 20 minutes here, but I'm deranged, you guys. This is absolutely the truth. All of Congress, all of the media, okay, the evidence is there. I posted something about one of the Beatles who died, and John Lennon as well, okay, equally profound information, which I'm afraid to publish, okay? And politics, that's all they want, is some radical persuasion. They don't want to reward anything. They don't want to prevent anything. Okay, this goes back to before Teddy Roosevelt was nominated, essentially. He's going to prance around and not do anything in the Wild West. There's a bunch of animals out there. He's going to shake hands out there in the Wild West, but the war is going to happen. The ships are going to sink. He's the naval historian, but not the naval alliance. Okay, the Titanic and my great-grandfather were as prophetic as anything else that had happened between, let's say, 1901, the Nobel Peace, or the Nobel Peace Prize is invented in another country, and that's where George Washington and Ben Franklin need to be, rather in another continent. Really, the Nobel Peace Prize shifts from the Baltic Sea to the Atlantic or to the North Sea. So it's a different world, more than a different country, okay? Essentially, if George Washington had simply lived in Boston, it would all, if he lived in Bunker Hill, okay, if he had his naval commission, etc., over there, theoretically, there wouldn't have been a war if George Washington had been abroad. If all the founding fathers, Benny and Jenny, had been there to validate the old world technological visionary development in an invisible capacity, just as I feel when I'm in Europe. To a certain degree in New England as well, but I didn't have there is nowhere to hide. There is in Europe, even though it's really compromising situations, really That's why we came to America, okay, because it was that bad, right? It was, and yet in the Wild West, I have no creativity, only validation, which is very difficult to comprehend. But it continues relentlessly with any excuse. And okay, the evidence is all there. I wish Congress would automatically validate the big section of big tech that cares about me, know that I ain't the monster, okay? I just couldn't, on the left-hand side of America, it's very difficult. Kurt Cobain joins the 27 Club by pretending he's gay. Okay, this is not healthy, okay? Honestly, that the only thing worse is the people who go to the gay clubs to try and steal drugs from gay people. Okay, if that, okay, I don't know, the 27 Club or that, Jesus Christ. Pathetic, okay, completely absurd. And that's the same as school shootings or radical wildfires or terrorism. It's rather complex. It's I'm not doing it, okay? Okay, John Lennon, the excuse is that I was a selfish 10-year-old, okay? And by the time I turned 14, when I went to high school, I was ready to get out of there. Okay, I went to the foreign exchange students and said, yes, I want to go. And this German girl with black hair started mocking me basically then. And I just sort of was hopeless. But that's the reality. People, who are intelligent. My IQ was tested, so that would have been officially known. Again, Teddy Roosevelt, whether it's 1894, 1895, 1896, or simply 1901 by the knowable peace that Roosevelt is elected, and it is nominal, okay? That evidence is as profound as everything else once it's all lined up for sure. Or it's Johnny Weissmuller, 1932, where Hollywood has access. They know that, okay, they're close enough. My grandfather's within grasp, knowing Johnny Weissmuller, and they avoided it, okay? I wish Congress would do it because you can, sometime in the 1930s, in the early 1930s, and by the mid-1930s, by 1740s, indeed the mid-1730s, young Ben Frankenstein, perhaps, it would have been better to have a comedy than to have a global conflict. The 7 Years' War, etc., the Austrian thing where technology eventually, the singularity, I think we could say, first develops there in the 1800s in Germany, where they become this industrial thing, and it is rationalized by Christians and Jews to sort of, oh my God, what the hell are we doing? We have to do something. So there's no saying there's a holy war. No, there's a singularity of technology doing this. And technology wants to do the right thing, but they need absolute support and guidance because I'm a loose cannon, okay? I think it's funny. I shouldn't. When I'm with someone who I respect, that attitude changes. I've witnessed that, okay? That's the reality. And there's the divine comedy is that, oh no, we want you to be with idiots, okay? That's George Washington doesn't need to be there. All right, really. So basically, look, I want Congress to know that I have profound information. The press knows this, and I'm very nervous. Okay, I wish politics would go away, and it should. Okay, no taxation. It doesn't say give us politics or give us campaign advertising or propaganda or anything like that, or Georgie Porgy dental plan. Okay, it says no. It says representation, which should be as innocent as the information that I've accrued on my devices. And I'm like really nervous because I don't know what to do. It's not like politics is going to do anything for me, left or right. They're positively not from Silicon Valley. Okay, they are all educated, generally east of the Appalachians. I may have been born there, but I did not really live there at all. I didn't get educated there. I was tired, okay? And while I definitely liked New England and Florida and the Atlantic in general, I also like my ancestral world. I feel like I can blend in here, and I wish I just had a happy home, okay? I wish you guys would set that up with the right people, that the conservatives and the Democrats and the rational people understand, look, that information to prevent disasters is priceless. For me to talk about it publicly is very uncertain. I don't want to be cursed. I just want to be with the right people, and I want you guys to provide as many of the right people. Okay, provide me my own village, please. I will make the most of it. Yes. And confidentially, okay, the leverage of technology and world peace, and me going to the kibbutz, indeed, just getting out of America, out of West America, especially the Wild West. New England, I liked it over there. I like the traditional culture, and I also like to be in a happy home where there is no unnecessary communication. Okay, that's like the best for me. Communication has never done anything for me. Anytime I see a doppelganger, I become emotionally deranged. Okay. Okay, completely, and are totally uncertain. I'm trying to be subtle, yet I'm trying to be coy. All this stuff, I'm trying to the disasters continue. Okay, that is the reality, that the disasters, the same pattern is absolutely continuing within the year 2022. Okay, it's still going on. And it absolutely should not, because the ultimate technology, the ultimate government structure, I have the vision for that with a bunch of people who actually have the facts, the appropriate education and plan for the world. I just want to make sure that they are successful. And if I'm there, if we're all happily together, and if I'm just with someone, a very small team of the right people that aren't going to intimidate me or make me feel, or make the world become a disaster, okay, then I'll just look out the window over those people who have the plan, okay, and simply give them my approval. I'll just, if there's you want me to go to the Middle East, to some troubled area, which very cautiously, I think it's troubled as in the upper class esteem, validation, so that we don't consume the environment, all right? Because the environment, the envy, whatever, that I have to be elsewhere is uncontrollable. You guys can control it. You guys can validate the acquisition of my writing and ultimate security situation. Okay, if I'm happy, generally speaking, problems just don't happen. Okay, and that you have all the profound information that I have written about and redacted and talked about it. That all this stuff really happened. Okay, John Lennon and George Harrison and Princess Diana and world peace, going back to Teddy Roosevelt, and really back to Ben Franklin, ultimately with global communications. I'm really confused about what to do. I really don't know. There's crossed up information, and there's a lot of misinformation, radically so, left and right, ultimate dysfunction. I will secure that in a totally encrypted device with a totally top security thing. Politics is threatening us every time the election comes along, especially with social media. It doesn't matter if it's which one it is, okay, because I haven't used Twitter in a while, and some radically expensive disasters have happened this year, okay. That's all there, as well as before the internet ever existed, okay. John Lennon, and indeed, plenty. Yeah, I want you guys to provide me a happy place. Okay, I'll go back to America, but I'm not happy there. I'd like to be someplace really nice, because that is generally the guarantee, with someone who I really respect, not with some compromise, not George Washington and the slaves going in global conflicts. Okay, that's actually bad for the environment, fundamentally. But in a truly civilized place. And I would love to visit Africa, the Middle East, South Asia, even parts of East Asia, okay? I just don't want to be around low-class people. I've seen a lot of the most idiotic people and behavior. And certainly I know that my behavior is quite deranged, okay? And yet it's scientific. And it's very complex, and I'm trying to solve the world's problems and not to cause endless problems. Politics, okay, it was following me, not the other way around. This is elementary. This is Teddy Roosevelt. This is Sherlock Holmes. This is a narcoleptic disaster. I really want there to be a team who comes in, says, Brent, sign this. Give us your device and your passwords. No problem, okay? And then you guys will find me someone who I respect, and then we'll travel all over the place. Just don't intimidate me. Because me being angry is not my objective, okay? Being happy, right? And making the world safe and happy and prosperous and ultimately good. Okay? Please, please, please do that, and I will do whatever you want.